Hey, what's up guys? It's Apollo Uchiha here, back with another part of What If Naruto was a Swordsman. As I have told you guys in the previous part of this series that it is my original series and it's kind of unscripted. So yeah, I might trail off or something, and I do apologize in advance for the noises. It's just that our neighbors bought a pet animal that is making this kind of noises. It's a sheep, so yeah. Anyways, if you haven't, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And without further ado, let's continue our story. Our story begins as we see Naruto standing in front of the academy door room, in which his cannon team that he alongside his senpai Kakashi Hatake was to supervise was. As Naruto went inside and then said, Team 7, with me to the rooftop. As Naruto waited for the trio to get up, they were none other than Sasuke, Uchiha, Sakura Haruno, and his cousin Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. As the trio got up and followed Naruto to the rooftop, as everything went as in canon there, the only difference was that Naruto wanted to become Hokage, Naruto wanted to support her, and so on. But Sasuke isn't broody here, and so did the getting test. Oh, the bell test went by, and instead of Naruto being tied there, it was Sakura because she was weakest and fell for the genjutsu for Sasuke. Whereas Naruto and Sasuke almost managed to get each bells. And after they defeated Sakura so that they can try the test again, they all passed. So now we see Team 7 doing D rank missions and Naruto and Sasuke training together while they were doing the D rank missions. And after they were done with the final D rank mission, which was catching Tora, the legendary demon cat, they were now standing in front of Hiruzen Sarutobi, the third Hokage of the Hidden Leaf. As Kakashi began then. Hokage-sama, Team 7 reporting for duty. Another mission completed. As the wife of the daimyo then appeared. Oh, Tora-chan, let's go back to the state. I'll dress you up with nice clothes and give you a bath. As the Tora was grabbed by none other than the daimyo's wife, squishing her to death, and then went out of the room, leaving Team 7 and Sandaime alone, alongside some of his hidden envoys. Then the Sandaime began. There are a lot of missions like walking the Inuzuka hounds as well as cleaning it and some other civilian jobs. Nay, Gigi, Naruto began. Why don't you give us a real mission? We have already done 30 D rank missions. So, according to the rules, we can take our first C rank, began Sakura, and Kakashi just hummed as an Uchiha. As Sandaime looked towards Kakashi and Naruto. Do you agree with this? Hi, Sandaime-sama, said Kakashi, and Naruto just grinned. Okay, Gigi, I think they're ready. As Hiruzen just chuckled and then signaled his Hanbu to bring in Tazuna. As Tazuna came inside and said, What? These puny little children are going to protect me? I'm paying for a D rank mission. I'm paying for a C rank mission for my protection. But it looks like I will be the one protecting them. As Kakashi then began. Fear not, Tazuna-san. We are enough to protect you. Yeah, old man. We can kick your ass in any time of day. You name it, said Naruto. As Naruto then bobbed her head. Naruto. Language. No, sorry, Nissan. As hence the arc of the Land of Waves began. As we see Team 7 and Naruto and Kakashi and Tazuna traveling at civilian pace just outside Land of Fire and towards Land of Waves. As suddenly they saw a pond, and Naruto was the first one to notice it, and I signaled Kakashi, who nodded only. As he wanted Naruto to deal with them as early as possible. So Naruto vanished in a blur, and when he was done, he came back after 10 to 20 seconds. As Sasuke then quirked an eyebrow, as the rest of the two girls just looked in confusion. Naruto, where did he go? Oh, just to take care of some pests. They this caused them to be confused, but they just shrugged it and continued their walk. And now, when they were near the land of waves, suddenly Kakashi yelled, "Duck!" As the Team 7 did so, and Naruto pushed Tauzuna back so he could be at safer distance, whereas Kakashi just jumped over the sword as a large sword came right down and stuck into the tree. It was none other than the infamous one of the 7 deadliest swordsmen of the mist, Zabuza Mabunchi's sword, as then he came suddenly crashing and landing on the sword. Well, 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 look what do we have here, if it isn't the Kakashi no Sharingan. And what's this? A swordsman? Huh. When did the swordsman started to become shinobi? Now that's a creepy and yet a nice thing to see. Creepy because shinobi usually use tantos and short swords or katanas because of their flexibility and easy to maneuvering, whereas Naruto was using a large sword, full-blown sword, because they were usually used by westerners or the samurais. It was very uncommon for a shinobi to be using such weapon. And here he was, seeing Naruto without little bit of chakra, because he can sense it from him. There was almost none to less chakra coming from him, and he was also using a sword which was different from the swords that shinobi mostly used. As then Naruto narrowed his eyes. "What, do you got a problem with me?" No, it's just that I'm kind of honored to meet a swordsman. I am, as you can see, one myself as well," said Zabuza as he pulled the sword out of the tree with one hand, as he swung it in the air. "Mind we have this battle? What do you say, Kakashi? If he manages to beat me, that is if he can, then I'll let you pass." Kakashi narrowed his eyes. "Naruto, do you think you can handle him?" "I can try." As then he held out his hand and then yelled for the bird. "King of the wind, heed my call and lend me your strength." As suddenly a large sword formed in his hand. As Zabuza's eyes widened. "It can't be," as he thought. "It's a Zanpakuto. But how? They are said to be rumors. Quick disclaimer here, I don't know anything about Zanpakutos because I haven't watched Bleach. So yeah, I'm trying to make up my own kind of Zanpakuto here. Anyways, on to the story. As Naruto got into a stance. "Shall we dance?" Naruto said. My pleasure." As Zabuza was standing there, Naruto vanished in a blur and appeared in front of him, Zabuza's eyes widening as the both swords clanged together, causing sparks to erupt from it. As Zabuza thought in his head, "He's fast, and the strikes are hard too. If I don't be careful, I might lose my head in the next one." As Naruto then jumped back, as Zabuza then struck him again, with spinning his blade twice or thrice. As Naruto just stopped it with his own blade, as another clang sounds were heard. As Naruto then said, "Okay, fine. I guess it's time to use my one technique." As Naruto then vanished and appeared behind him, and then he yelled out, "Wind slash, 2 strikes!" As he slashed his sword 2 times in the air, as air-dense chakra-like slices appeared, visible to everyone's eyes, and struck Zabuza's back, as it caused deep cuts, and Zabuza's back started to bleed out. Zabuza then said, That's the power of the King of the Wind Blades. I have to be careful. Damn it. I hope Gato pays me more now, because that's one heck of a blade. If I manage to kill him, I might even be able to claim it." As Zabuza then grinned, and then formed hand signs, and suddenly trapped Naruto into a water prison. Naruto then said, "Damn it, he's using chakra." As Kakashi, seeing this, Naruto was in a ditch, started to move, but then he was stopped by 8 sand bones, as suddenly a hunter nin appeared. "You are not to interrupt this battle. This is an agreement you agreed to, right?" asked the mysterious hunter nin to now angry Kakashi, as the Team 7 and Tauzuna were quite shocked and worried for their teammate slash sensei and friend. As Naruto then thought, I didn't want to use it, but oh well. I might even pass out after this, Naruto then said, as it started to focus, as his body became motionless. As then he opened his eyes, and he vanished and slammed through the jutsu, breaking. He held out his sword when he was standing just a few steps ahead of Zabuza where he was. And suddenly a large splash of blood was seen at Zabuza's chest where he was standing as he fell down. As Naruto was panting heavily, as a dripple of blood came out of his mouth and nose. As Kakashi and rest of the Team 7 and Tauzuna were watching in shock and awe and in fear for what might have Naruto done to his body to cause him to bleed out. That technique always takes a toll on my body. For the worse. I might even pass out, Kakashi senpai. Please, would you be kind so to take care of the rest? Kakashi just nodded as Naruto passed out, as the blade vanished in the air. As Sasuke and Kakashi were in thought, what was that technique? That technique, I couldn't even see it with my own Sharingan. But it's like he just used Harishin, but he didn't have any chakra, nor does he have the Harishin marks or kunais. Maybe his sword has a Harishin mark. I have to ask him when he wakes up. As then he asked Tauzuna, because Hunter Nin alongside injured Zabuza disappeared at the time, because when he was focusing on Naruto alongside with the rest of the group. Is your house nearby where we can rest? Yes, you can come, Tauzuna said as he led his way to the house, where they were met with Dazunumi, his daughter, and Inari, his grandson. As Naruto was put to bed upstairs for rest, as everyone was down there. As Sasuke was the first one to ask, Kakashi Sensei, do you know what that technique was that Naruto used? No, I don't know, Sasuke. Whatever that was, it took a huge toll in his body. And me being personally with Naruto for a few missions out there in the field, I can vouch for Naruto that he never gets tired easily or gets exhausted to that extent where he starts to bleed. And it's the first time that I have seen that technique, and it's extremely fast. I couldn't even see it with my own Sharingan. Sasuke was angry at first when he came to realize that Kakashi had Sharingan, but then when Kakashi told him about how his friend sacrificed and gave him his eye as a present, Sasuke cooled down a little bit, and then he asked, from what it seems, he might be in a critical condition because he was bleeding out. He might have even strained some of his muscle or damaged them, Kakashi said, causing the three Genins who were listening to be saddened and terrified for their friend's fate. Mainly Sakura and Naruto, because they were about to cry because both of them loved Naruto to some extent, more than as a friend. And Sasuke was also worried, or you can say she was also worried about Naruto, because I'm going to reveal a secret here, and it's going to be a spoiler. I wanted to reveal it ahead, but here it goes nothing. Well, Sasuke is a Hanji, and the original person behind Sasuke is Satsuki, who is the sister of Itachi Uchiha, who murdered his own clan, and Naruto was there to support her when she injured into Sasuke, and she then fell in love with him. So basically, Satsuki, Sakura, and Naruto are all three of them are in love with Naruto, alongside with Ino Yamanaka, Hinata Hyuga, and Temari. I guess Temari will also be in this ship, and I think these are more than enough, don't you think? Anyways, on to the story. As the three of them were sad, as Sasuke then said, I'm going in the woods to blow off some steam. As Sasuke said that and stomped out of the house and into the woods, where he changed back to his original form, long black hair, still in the duck-ass form, and dark orbs and pale skin and slender body, with C-shaped breasts or thin waist and bubbly ass, you can say. Anyways, Satsuki started to cry, terrified of his friend slash crush fate, whereas both Naruto and Sakura were not that best in condition as well. They were also worried about Naruto to some extent. And Kakashi was as well, as he sent his Ningen dog back to Konoha about to report that what they have faced, or that Tazuna might have even lied to them about the mission status, because Naruto had first dealt with some B to C rank ninjas. Then Zabuza Momochi appeared, who Naruto fought and got injured. And back with the story, as Naruto then woke up next morning. Where am I? Naruto said. As Tazunumi then said, "Oh, you're in our house in the land of waves. I'm Tazuna's daughter, Tazunumi." And Naruto said, "Oh, my apologies for intrusion." No, it's nothing. Your guys are also here to save us, I guess. Yes, we're here to help. Would you mind asking me where is my team and my senpai? Oh, they're in the forest nearby training. Oh, thank you. Here, drink some water. After that, come downstairs for some food, and then you can go with your look for your team. I appreciate it. Thank you. Naruto said as he was in deep thought, as he saw his hand shaking. I have to train harder in this technique. If I have to use it twice a day, I might even die. But I have to. I have to try harder. I have to get stronger in order to protect them. I can't let anyone harm them. I have to protect. And for them, I will become strong. Even if it means I have to cost my body for it, or sell my soul to the devil. I will become strong. Naruto thought as he got up for the bed and came downstairs, ate his share of lunch, and then went to the forest, where he saw Kakashi lying down and reading his book, as Sasuke, Sakura, and Naruto were trying to climb up at the tree. Sakura mainly succeeded, whereas Sasuke and Naruto were trying their hardest and still failing. As Naruto then arrived, "Hey everyone!" As everyone then stopped what they were doing and looked at Naruto. Naruto, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. How's everyone? Naruto, saw Kakashi then began with a nice smile. What was that technique that you used? Oh, that. I developed that technique. I just have to concentrate, and you can say I can move at greater speeds than I usually do. But it causes a huge strain on my muscles and body. If I use that technique twice a day, I might even die, he said, chuckling dryly, which caused everyone to eyes widen and then glare at him. You are not allowed to use that technique, Nii-chan. Naruto then began, as Sakura and Sasuke nodded and huffed, whereas Kakashi then said, Naruto, you are not allowed to use that technique. When we get back, we are discussing this with Hokage. Do you understand? Yes, but I have to try to perfect it. It's not completed yet. When it's done, I might even try to find a way for it to become safe, you know? Naruto, listen. It's dangerous. I have seen what it did to you. And I'm afraid that if you try this technique again and again, you might fail your body or die. You don't have chakra, Naruto. I'm going to be honest here. You're just using your own reflexes at body strength. And it's not enough. But you're still trying your best. I know. I can see it. But you have to be careful. Naruto then sighed. Fine, I guess I can try to be careful, but that doesn't mean I will stop trying to perfect this technique. I will try to perfect it, and when it's done, I'm going to develop it even further. Naruto. I guess you won't even listen to me. When we get back, you have to deal with Hokage and Kushina-sama. Kakashi said, as Naruto then paled after hearing that he had to deal with Kushina herself. As Naruto then snickered. Well, anyways, you three train, whereas Naruto, you can supervise them. I'm going home. Naruto then said, actually, Kakashi-senpai, I think I might go and hunt some animals for the people. I have seen the condition in the village. There are starving children there. So yeah, you guys train, I'll go hunt down some animals. As Naruto went into the forest deeper for him so that he could hunt down some animals. And after an hour or so, he hunted down 8 rabbits and a deer and came back. As he then gave it to the chef in the village and then said, "Please cook this for everyone and supply it." As then the chef said, "Thank you. It might last 1 to 2 days, but that is more than enough." And then Naruto said, "Ano, if you don't mind me asking, why is this village in such condition? From what I have read in the books, the village used to be quite rich, not in this kind of state." Ah, I guess you didn't know. Well, you see, as Thousand I have told you about Garu, I guess, because you arrived with him, right? Hi, he has told us about Gato. Well, you see, he's a criminal and an underlord, and he basically rules this place and demand we pay him ransom every month, or he will take women or children away for slavery and rape. I guess the old man said as he started to cry. "He took my daughter last week because I couldn't pay ransom anymore." The old man started to cry. "Do you know where this Gato guy's base is?" "Hi, I know. I went there, pleading him that if he gave me 1 to 2 more weeks, I might even be able to pay him. But he didn't listen." "I guess I know what I'm going to do now," Naruto said as he then asked for direction and then vanished in a blur. As he didn't even tell his teammates, as he appeared in front of a huge mansion deep inside forests. As he then saw, "Well, I guess time for some cleaning," Naruto said as in his hand a blade appeared, and then Naruto then said, "Flash step." He used that technique again that he used against Zabuza and vanished. And after he vanished, large amount of screaming could be heard, mainly of males, and slashes could be heard as Naruto stood in front of then Gato. He even dealt with Zabuza and Haku. He was merciless there. He didn't even care about Haku because he didn't knew in this one. I have my reasons, please believe me. And then he was looking at Gato. Blood coming out of his eyes, nose and mouth. "Gato, you have caused enough pain to this land, and it's time for you to pay for your sins. Please, I'll give you anything. Here are the keys to my money. Take it. Just take it. Leave me alone." "Oh no, you're coming with me, and thanks for the keys," Naruto said as he knocked Gato out and started to seal every ounce of money present there into the scroll and tried to look for some clues so that he could see any more, is there any more hideouts is. But fortunately it was the main base where he was at, and all the money was there, so he took it and then also seed Gato in another scroll and then vanished again in another flash tap and appeared in the middle of the village. It has caused a huge amount of strain on his body as he was now vomiting some blood. Naruto said, "Damn it, I had to use this technique twice now. I just recovered. Damn it, Kakashi's gonna kill me." As Naruto then arrived there, after him there were some females. As they rushed into the village to their respective family, they were happy and crying. As Tazuna then appeared, "Where did they come from?" "Naruto, you're injured. Oh my god, you're badly injured," Tazuna said. "I know. In the scroll is the money that Gato has stolen from you." As Naruto then put down another scroll on his hand and unsealed it. "Here is Gato. You can do whatever you want with him," Naruto said as he then passed out, coughing some blood up. As Tazuna then sent him to a nearby medic who was there as he was retired because his arm was cut off, and he did what he could best for Naruto and stop the bleeding. As he then said, "Hopefully that will do, Tazuna. I don't know how, but this kid just managed to destroy his muscles. He might need 1 or 2 months off of his duty if he wants to recover." Anyways, otherwise he will be fine. He'll live. I had to admit, he's one strong kid. Yeah, I know, Tazuna said. As Tazuna then lifted Naruto on his back and started to towards his home. Walk towards his home. As he arrived there and opened the door and went inside, there he saw Kakashi and Team 7 sitting at the table. And once they saw Naruto on Tazuna's back and in bandages around his arm and chest, as some of the blood frozen from his mouth and eyes section, Kakashi eyes widened, and then he said, "Tazuna, what happened to Naruto?" Well, let me put him into the bed first, then I'll begin explaining. After a few hours of explaining, "What?" yelled out Sasuke, who was angry and as his Sharingan was flaring. "That idiot! Kakashi Sensei just told him not to use that technique, and he goes and does it again. Is he stupid? Does he has a death wish or something? Does he not care about us? Any of us? His friends or family?" Sasuke shouted out. As Naruto was passed out, Sasuke looked at him angrily, and then his tears started to fall off her eyes. His eyes now, because he's still in Hanji. This idiot. When he wakes up, I'm going to put him into the hospital again. For good this time. Sasuke said as cracking his knuckle. As behind him, we can see two dark figures with red circular eyes. They were none other than Naruto and Sakura. Oh, you have to agree with us, Sasuke, because we are the one who is going to put him to the hospital first. As Kakashi then said, Ma, let Naruto rest for now. He's already has damaged his muscle for a long time, and he will be put to bed for it for a long time. What did the doctor say, Tazuna? He might need 1 to 2 months of rest. He did what he could, but if you get back to Konoha and provide him better treatment, he might even recover faster. Maybe in a week or two. Since the mission is done, we might leave tomorrow. What do you guys say? Hi, the trio said. And hence the next day the trio left the land of Wiz, as everyone was cheering for Naruto, who was still passed out. As then Inari asked Tazuna, Nay, Gigi, what should we name the bridge? How about the Great Tazuna and his 4 Musketeers bridge? That's lame. Gigi, you never did anything. Hey, I built the bridge, you damn brat. Yes, you did, but they were the one who saved our town. Mainly Naruto, Tazunami added. Hey, how about we name it for our hero? 3 cheers for Naruto. The bridge is going to be called the Great Naruto Bridge, Tazuna said as everyone roared in cheer, and hence the Great Naruto Bridge was yet again built. As the Team 7, with Naruto unconsciously in tow, was making their way back to Konoha, as the trio, which were Sasuke / Satsuki, Sakura, and Naruto, were planning to beat down Naruto when he wakes up into a pulp and put him to bed for good for 2 to 3 months so that he could reflect on his actions. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this part of, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And I might even upload a movie tomorrow. The name of that movie will be What If Naruto Was Raised by Tsunade and Was Her Grandson. Anyways, this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing out. Peace.